Yeah, how's it going, guys? It's Richie and the Corn Caller here, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We are back, and we have a lot of news to talk about, so let's jump right into it. First things first, just a reminder that Wizard101 is officially coming to consoles, or at least PlayStation and Xbox, on October 9th. The Nintendo Switch release date will be revealed at a later date when they figure all that stuff out. But yeah, pretty exciting stuff for console players. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. And then over here, they have a limited time special deal for Wizard101 PC players. Basically, you can get a 1 year of membership and 13,750 crowns. So make sure to check that out. It's going to be basically today is the last day. So check it out. And then over here, they finally revealed, or at least they released, the console Piggle plushie. So make sure to check this out at the Makeship website. And yeah, they already sold a lot, so check it out. And then over here, a reminder that if you always need something to buy in the Crown Shop, they have the new Creepy Tea Party Horde Pack. So make sure to check that out because the outfit design is stunning. And the mount is also very creepy. So make sure to check it out. Now over here, reminder about the new Darkmoor bundles that they have available on the website. They have a bunch of these, so make sure to check out which one you're going to get. And then over here, they got the KI merchandise store. They have a bunch of stuff. Make sure to check out the Halloween collection to get the latest, stuff. Spooky stuff. Pretty cool stuff, honestly. Make sure to check it out. And then over here, they have the Halloween event, which is also available. So make sure to check that out as well. In game, it's going to last all the way through November 2nd. And then over here we got Dworgen's Birthday Bash, which is also going to be available all the way through November 2nd. So make sure you check all that stuff out in the Crown Shop. And then over here we have the Notorious Moon Pet, which has returned as per usual. I think yesterday was like a harvest moon. It was really pretty. So make sure to check that out in the Crown Shop. Now let's talk about some of these spells. We're not going to talk about every single one because I would have you here for like 50 million minutes. So we're going to talk about a few of them. This one comes in from Daniel Sunsword from Monday. So make sure to check out his video talking about all of these new spells. Probably the more popular one would have to be this. And this is Dark Trickster. This one's all wacky, but you deal 75 shadow damage, and you also get a plus 35% pierce blade of your school, and also 2 magic weaving school traps. So pretty interesting stuff. The shadow pact for this is that you put a shield on yourself, or at least you have a shield on yourself. So if you have a shield on yourself, the shadow creature will like it. So yeah, it looks wacky as you can see from the illustration of it. But yeah, some pretty interesting spell changes that they're doing. Now for Shadow Trickster, you're going to do 25% outgoing damage. You're going to steal a pip. And then you're also going to get a balance pip. And then the Shadow Pact for that is that you want to have some charms on yourself. So that is for a Shadow Trickster. And then for the rest of the spells, it's pretty much the same thing like we've been saying. Mostly you just want to put on a Shadow Fusion for the spell and whatnot. And so, this will be what it looks like without the Shadow Pip. But if you do want the Shadow Pip version, then you will have to fuse it together with one of the Shadow spells. And that's going to happen with all of the Shadow spells, not just Gaze of Fate. Anything that has a Shadow Pip with it is basically getting changed. Now today we had Anton, which I'm gonna make sure you guys need to go check him out because he did a lovely job on the death spells. I absolutely loved it. It's a little bit less confusing than the balance spells, but we got Dark Shepherd over here, which similar to the other one we just talked about, it will deal 75 shadow damage, which honestly might be nice. I've noticed that the 75 shadow damage might be good for clearing any weaknesses or debuffs off of you, but then it's also going to put 3 minus 20% weaknesses on the target, which is pretty cool. Now, the shadow pack for this is that it wants a heal overtime on the enemy, so pretty cool stuff. Now, over here, they also got some other stuff they changed, such as Snack Attack and Winged Sorrow and all that stuff. Most notably, though, probably the bigger one would have to be the one spell that everybody loves. And I'm sure everybody is going to have a lot to say in the comments. But that is Cthulhu, which is getting changed. So again, this is what it's going to look like without that Shadow Pip. But if you did want the Shadow Pip version, you would have to fuse it together. And then it has a bunch of other fun, silly stuff on the card art. So have fun with that and enjoy it. Yeah, that will be fun. And then over here from Cam, he also teased a few elemental lore spell changes, which are pretty interesting. I'm not going to go, again, I could keep you here for like 50 plus minutes talking about every single thing. But one notable change I wanted to talk about would be Spiritual Tribunal, which basically does the damage, but also it will give you 2 big heal overtime. So that might be a nice little heal spell that some of the balance wizards might consider looking into. I think it's a really cool spell overall. It's honestly a really cool spell. But yeah, he did that for pretty much, I think, all of the elemental lore spells. So again, make sure to check it out. You know, if you ever have some spell mints or whatever, or if you ever have time to look at all this, make sure to check it all out. And some of this might be subject to change, who knows. Now over here, what do I have here? This is just the content creators. Tomorrow we have Blaze Lifehammer for the life spells. You know, I can't wait for the life spells, man. So yeah, I'm super excited to check that out. I really am curious on what they'll do with like Wings of Fate and like Shadow Seraph and all that other fun stuff. I am curious to see what they'll do. Now over here, we actually have a huge teaser, and this is the Wizard101 Darkmoor launch up website. And let me just say, guys, this is nuts. This is absolutely massive. Okay, for starters, let me just move my terrible face and let me look at this queen. This is insane. For starters, you probably noticed that she appears to be casting tarot cards. She has Death in the middle, and I think there's Chariot, and then I believe the other one, if we can zoom in, what does that other one say? Oh, what does that say? Oh, I'm gonna have to ask Nicole. Oh, what did that say? 6 of Cups. Not 6 of Cups, but... Oh, man, what does it say? I don't know what it says, but it looks cool. I would love for a Wizard101 tarot deck. If they put that in the KI merchandise store, that might be like one of the first things I buy off of their merchandise store, because that would be sick. But yeah, they're getting ready for Wizard101 Darkmoor, and this appears to be maybe the main villain. I don't know who this is going to be, but regardless, though, they look fantastic, and this is dope. I am really excited for Wizard101 Darkmoor. And if you scroll down below, they also have a bunch of stuff such as the, Darkmoor bundles that you can buy, in case you want to spend some money. And then they also show some of the factions. We talked about all of these, which are pretty cool. This one in particular has some really cool designs. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. I can't wait to make a thumbnail. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for all of the news. Like I said, make sure to check out Blaze Lifehammer tomorrow, because he is going to be doing the life spells. And also make sure to check out Anton, because he did the death spells. And make sure to check out Daniel, because he did the balance spells. Make sure to check out all those content creators for all of those spells and all the specifics. I am really excited for this update. I know I've been glazing it for like the past month, but dude, everything I've seen so far is really interesting. And hey, if you don't like some of these spell changes, like I said, or if I said it already, but don't use them. Just don't use them. Just do not use them at all, bro. I probably won't be using most of them either, but just don't use them. Until then, my name is Richard Unicorn Caller. I will see you guys later. And until then, peace out.